Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Insurance Garage. It's your boy Joaquin Mandu. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start getting started on the rust hole on the passenger side. And you can see that somebody's already gave this thing a shot and it pretty much failed miserably. So I'm gonna try this myself and wish me luck. Hopefully this thing comes out good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, put you guys on the time lapse while I clean this up, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, well, we're at the point here where, as you can see, right down in there, yep, it's a lot nastier and worse than I actually expected. But no big deal. I got a couple of these little patch panels here, and I know this isn't like, you know, the 100% professional way to do this, but I've seen it done. My uncle, who was a painter, has done it, and it seems to work pretty good as long as you get it on there correctly and you use the right type of body filler, and it'll last. It'll hold up for a good little time. But yeah, just to show you, look at that crap. This is inside the trunk. So if you're going to the trunk, right down to the corner, you can see it all the way to the floor. So what I want to do is get rid of those jagged edges there. Just kind of use a grinder cutoff wheel and get as much of that cleaned up on the inside as I can. I guess I'm gonna have to use some degreaser and whatever else, and sandpaper and everything else, and get that really clean, get it to really clean metal, and then I can stick my patch panel on there. And once that adheres really well, I'm going to go ahead and spray some rust reformer on the inside to make sure it doesn't rust anymore. Prime it, and I'll probably go to the paint shop tomorrow and get the same color red, and but just get it in an aerosol so that I can just spray down in there. And same thing for the other side and whatever other little rusty spots that I can find that aren't rusted all the way through. And yeah, start getting this thing decent, at least on those little areas that would cost me a whole lot of money at the paint shop. And then you know, I'll go through and I'll use my artistic skill and go ahead and use some body filler on there and shape it and make it look just like it was never there. So give me a minute. I'm gonna go and finish cleaning up all that stuff. But what I'm going to do is make sure that side's nice and clean, ready for the panel, and I'll probably put the patch panel on, and then I'm just going to move to the other side and just pretty much do the same thing. And that might be my night. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so here's my patch panel, and it's kind of ratty. I don't like it. I was going to go back over it and try to weld it again, but as you can see, I'm using a thinner piece of metal and it's already just dinging and denting, and it's just, you know, my buddy came over, he said it'll be fine, just use your body filler and sand it smooth and be good with it. But I'm kind of scared with this thinner metal that the elements, like, you know, if it getting cold or hot or something, will make this metal flex around and possibly crack the cracked the body filler, and with the cruddy welds in there, I'm just really just not happy with this outside, slim outside panel like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this back off, and I'm going to use this thicker gauge metal. This one is the first one that I had on here, and it wasn't bad, but after I put the bottom in, it didn't quite fit right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start again. I don't really care how long it takes, as long as I do it right, and as long as I do it myself, which is the whole thing for doing this. I'm gonna cut this back out, and I'm gonna refit another piece of metal in there and just get all my pieces fitting right and clamped in, so that way I know it'll fit the way it needs to fit. And then I guess I'll go and do the same thing for the other side. Probably sometime next weekend I will go to actually doing this the right way so that it gets done correctly. It's kind of a bummer because I took a couple of days off of work to try to get this done, and I don't really feel like I've gotten far at all. But that is what it is. It's cars. Alright guys, so as you can see, I had to cut away a good chunk of the other side as well. Way more metal than I wanted to cut. I had to cut all the way to even the good stuff, but I had to because all the way in the back where this piece is missing, it was rotted all the way through back there, and I couldn't get any cutting tools around the around this thing, around the muffler, so I couldn't get it from the back side. So I had to go straight through, just cut a larger hole and get enough room to cut the rust out of the inside. So just like the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild this piece here, rebuild the bottom, and then a piece for the top to bring that back right. Hey guys, welcome back. It's a couple of days down the line, and check this out. Yeah, it's a little cloudy today, a little rainy, a little wet, but that don't stop nothing here. We're gonna keep moving here at Wrench Garage. So this video is kind of gonna be like a hodgepodge of different things. This is over the course of about a week or so. And last time I was showing you guys the old Hobart, and we finally got the right plug put on. So just to show you guys that. Yeah, see, there you go. We finally got the right plug, and I guess I can hook this thing up. Actually, the cord doesn't reach very far for me to be able to get from over there to all the way over here. So there's gonna be, I have to probably order an extension cord to get that to reach, but that's fine. So we're just not going to use the Hobart right now. But what I have been doing is I've been practicing with the old beatdown. And you can see I got like metal with some practice stuff everywhere. And you know what? I've been getting a little bit better with it. And as I keep going, the wire speed for this thing needs to be between 6 and 7 on minimum in order for me to make a decent, just make a decent spot weld. So, with sheet metal, you got to do little spot welds so the metal doesn't warp and all that good stuff. I've been using a thicker sheet, as you can see here, to make actual beads. It's flux core, so it spatters a little bit. But it's actually coming along, and I think I'm ready to actually start putting some welds on the car, which should make, I should make better welds on the vehicle itself, and actually not be ashamed of it, and it should work, for any welds that are actually going to be visible. So I'm going to do a few inside where you can't see, and then if those tack well and start looking good, then I'll start doing the other ones. And I'm going to try to get the panel, at least the patch panel, at least the metal, on the car today. Yeah, so like I said, little hodgepodge of videos. And I'm going to try to make this all one video and just kind of put things together. So hope you hope the randomness isn't I hope it's not like too random for you guys. But here's something else. The owner of this Mustang here has decided on a power adder. And you can see it over here. So let's reveal it. What type of power adder did he go for? Bum, bum, bum. No, this is not a supercharger. I mean, no, this is not a turbocharger. This is a supercharger. It's a Vortex supercharger with the pulley system, all the pulleys and everything. He got it used. It should make about 500-600 horse, and that's gonna be cool for when we're back onto this thing. I'm trying to get there. Trust me. It's gonna get done. The next reveal is probably gonna be the engine reveal for the project car, which is hanging out under that tarp right there. And hopefully I can start getting these 3 cars moved along. I'd like to do it before fall comes back around. But I got a lot to do, and a lot of work, and I'm gonna be out here as much as possible, giving you guys the information, giving you guys the footage, and trying to get this thing done. So, and hopefully keep you guys entertained at the same time. But anyhow, I've laid down some beads. I'm gonna lay down a few more just to get a little bit more practice in, and then I'm gonna try to put those patch panels in, and hopefully they look decent and I can keep them there, and a little bit of grinding and a little bit of filler, and the thing will look like, you know, will look like it belonged there, and it's done correctly. So give me a few minutes. I'm gonna do a few more little practice runs on the old beater there, and I probably won't do a comparison like I wanted to do between the two for a little bit, because I gotta wait for, you know, gotta wait for extension cords and such. But yeah, we're just gonna keep moving. We're gonna try to get these panels on. We're gonna try to get this thing off the paint in hopefully a week or two. And yeah, okay, all right. Sorry for the gib-gabbing. Sorry for jabbering so much. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more patch panel beads and test this thing out just a little bit more. And hopefully I'll be in a position to start putting this metal on. And if I can get one side at least with metal on it today, I'll be pretty happy. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I did a little bit more work. I managed to get the other metal panel on there. Let's see if I can get this to focus in for you. But it's not that bad. I did booger up some. I mean, you know, I'm just not experienced enough to make it, you know, damn near perfect first hit. But it's not bad. It's on. I kept most of my contours. You know, the rest of it can be worked out with a little body filler. There's a few pinholes, as you can see from this side and there. You can see there's still some holes in there. But I'm going to go back over it one more time, see if I can't get a lot of those pinholes out. And mind you, it's not going to be perfectly, I'm not going to get 100% of the pinholes out through welding. So from the inside, I'm going to go ahead and do some JB weld from the inside of it, because I don't want any moisture getting back in there, because it's just going to rust back up. So I'll probably do some JB weld on the inside, maybe some sealer or something. Make sure it's as sealed as I can possibly get it. But other than that, I'm actually on my way. I'm not mad at all about this second time around kind of hit right here. It looks okay. I think with the body filler, and then once it's painted, I don't think you'll be able to tell that it was there. The only other issue is that underneath, let's see if I can get you guys a shot underneath this thing. But as you can see underneath, I didn't pick the let me back out of that. I didn't pick the best route to do this. I probably should have did one long sheet to go cover all the way here. But I think what I'm gonna do is throw some self-tappers along this to bring this kind of together, and I'll probably hammer that, fold it down, and then I'll do some welds there and some sealer, because, and then, you know, you got this, I got this hole here that needs to get filled in. But you know, I think it can be all manipulated to work. So I'm not really upset. I think it can be manipulated. It's a little bit more work than I then you know, I thought it'd be a little bit easier, but you know, when your welding skills are, you know, just kind of just not there yet, you know, the workload is a little bit more, but that's fine. That's fine. But the goal for today is to get this side where I'm satisfied with it, and I might be able to start, you know, at least prepping the other side and possibly getting the inner patch panel done on this side right here. So on that side right there, I can probably get the inner patch panel done, and at least make the patch panel for the outside. Maybe not welded in, but at least get it made and cut and ready to go on. But I don't know, we'll see how far I can get. Sorry I'm not doing a whole lot of time lapsing on this because it's just kind of a struggle and it looks funny. So I'm just gonna keep working at it, and I probably won't get back to you guys until I got a little body filler on this to see what it looks like. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to get those pinholes patched up right now and see what we got. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey, what's up everybody? We're back again. Anyway, alright, so I got those patch panels done. You can see I got that done in there, and then it folds in a little bit. Oh, well, good, because you can't see the crappy weld. I got this thing finally on. I cheated a little bit, used a little bit of JB Weld in some of the smaller holes. As you can see, it still has some nice size holes here, here, and here, because it's just where the welder burned through, and every time I kept trying to patch the holes, it burned another one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that stuff they call Bondo hair, and kind of fill those in. And as you can see from the other side of it, where you can see the holes coming through, I use a little piece of mesh, something like this stuff here. Use a little piece of mesh in there to kind of hold it in, and that way it can dry from both sides, and it should seal up just fine. Then after that, a skim coat of body filler, and I'm gonna try to use that body filler to get my lines back too. I'm gonna run a tape line here, and then I'm gonna run another tape line here, and I'm gonna see if I can't get my body lines back. It kind of warped on me, so some of my body lines kind of disappeared. I do have a template from this side, and as you can see, this crappy little welder, it did okay. I'm not mad. It's in. It's solid. It's got a few little rust holes. It's got a few little burn holes still. But you know what? I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep working on it. But yeah, it's solid. Solid, solid, solid. Not bad. Same thing on the other side. Solid. You know, and I'm not mad about it. It is my this is my first time doing some body work of this caliber. So, you know, I don't weld. This is actually my first like actual welding, you know, venture. But what I did is much better than this. See that crap right there? This was somebody else's patch job. They just filled it with some of this mesh crap here, like a lot of this mesh crap, and they just piled body filler in it, and they didn't even finish the job. They didn't even paint over it, didn't even prime it, nothing. Just this was here, crap. So I'd put my crappy welding up against this stuff any day of the week. So anyway, and I'm gonna go ahead and start marking all the little dings and stuff in here, all the little imperfections. I'm not gonna go crazy about the dings and imperfections, but the larger ones and the ones I can see, the ones that are really noticeable, like, you know, like this one right here, that one right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that little ding there, and a couple of other, and this little one, teeny one back here. You know, all those little things I'm gonna go ahead and just mark, and I guess I'll sand them down, and when I get my body filler here, I'll body fill those while I'm, you know, doing the body filler on the back side too. So it'll be all one thing. Then after that, final sanding, sand it all down, and then shoot, we'll see if we can start getting some primer on this thing sometime at the end of the week. I know it's been a long time now, but I had no idea what actually goes into building patch panels, and now that I do, and I have a whole new respect for people who do like this body work, this kind of body work where they put in new sheet metal, you know, repair rust, people that custom fab, you know, fender flares and wide body kits. Those guys, they're something else, man, because this is extremely difficult. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because I'm gonna tie it in with the rest of the stuff. You'll probably see me wearing the same thing again on the next video, because I'll probably start the next video sometime later tonight after I've cleaned up. Alright, so you guys, I'm talking too much, I'm gabbing way too much. So alright guys, I'm gonna end this here. You guys have a good one. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, let me know, you know, give me pointers, give me whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Help me out a little bit if you can. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Wrench Trench out.